Are we all gonna be standing here? Can I have a box to stand on?
Dude, this is comical.
Because Wes is coming, this is why we have a table that we can adjust.
Yeah.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another video and to a new type of video on this channel. I want to start with having some weekly updates and giving you and the rest of the world some updates from Taiwan. And for the first time in the history of this studio, we have a guest, and it's not just any guest. It's Wes Davies, who you all must be familiar by now. If not, he's a YouTuber from Canada, now lives in Kaohsiung and is planning to moving up to Taipei.
So he says.
Yeah. And Francois, of course, he's always here. So we just wanted to take a couple of minutes, hopefully every week, and just talk about what has happened in Taiwan during the last couple of days. It should not come as a shock to anyone that the biggest news, and actually the only news we have seen all week, has been about the coronavirus. I just hope that it wouldn't be too depressing, because if you go down that rabbit hole, then there's no coming back. You know, like if my mom would get sick, then I would not be able to go back home.
The aisles in the grocery stores are starting to get cleaned out. Toilet paper, canned goods, hand sanitizer, everything is suddenly very hard to come by.
When it comes to a contagious disease, this is the worst you could do.
I think the rest of the world already knows that you can learn a lot from Taiwan when it comes to dealing with the coronavirus. And I do think that the best video on this topic is Wes' video that was actually released earlier today. So
Thanks, man.
if you do want to watch a video about how the rest of the world can learn from Taiwan, definitely check out Wes' video. It was really spot on, I think. But in this video, we want to give the Taiwanese people a view and an insight on how it looks like in our countries. 3 YouTubers from 3 different countries and 1 global disaster actually right now. Sweden today, as we're recording this video, just hit 1,000 infected people.
And the population of Sweden isn't even that huge.
The population of Sweden is like 10 million, so that's
0.01%.
That's 0.01%.
0.01% of the population.
0.01%. Yeah.
Don't check my math.
What is your math on that one? Is it true?
Yeah, I think it's 1 on 10,000 actually.
1 in 10,000. Yeah.
So it would be
0.001.
0.00.
Okay. Welcome to Lucas's new show where we try to divide unsuccessfully.
Swedish people like to follow the rules, but we follow them as smart as we can. So for example, the only national regulation we have is that they have recommended people to not meet more than 500 people. So every social event that is more than 500 people is against the recommendations. So we have this super big show, 3 shows planned, which would be above 500 people. So what they do in order to follow the regulations is that they have 6 performances with less than 500 people.
I think one thing we didn't talk about is also the fact that in the West, people have a very different way of socializing, shaking hands or kissing to say hi.
Oh, the French kisses.
In France, you just call them kisses. we call them the French kisses.
In France, when you go to work, every morning you shake hands of your male colleagues and you kiss female colleagues on the cheek, as a way to say hi. So the kisses touch. When it comes to a contagious disease, this is the worst you could do. And these habits are very hard. I think in Sweden you don't do the kiss thing, but you also shake hands quite often.
But we hug though. I feel like it's not like there's the same saliva in your face kind of thing.
True.
In Canada, we're big huggers. Whenever you see someone, oh man, nice to see you, big hug.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not in someone's face, really.
But I feel in Asia, in Taiwan, people are much more distant with all of these. You stay far away and you say, oh, hello.
Yeah,
and that also helps a lot.
That could definitely help, for sure. Yeah. My most personal experience is that my mom and my dad was actually planning to come here next month. They don't want to come. The airline don't want them to come. They've canceled the flights. And the Taiwan government don't want them to come. And Swedish government don't want them to leave. So That's not gonna happen. The issue isn't to be in Taiwan. The issue is to get to Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, Taiwan would be a lot safer than Sweden right now, in terms of like disease control and like infected people.
Mm-hmm.
But it just like having them literally flying like half through the world, you know.
That's what my mom said too, because she was actually supposed to arrive here in 8 days. She was supposed to come at the end of March. Yeah.
So yeah, I had the same. My family was supposed to come in May, and right now we just cancelled all the plans. I don't know about Sweden, Canada, but French people cannot come to Taiwan right now without having a 2 weeks self-isolation. It doesn't make any sense for a visitor to come because they would need to spend 2 weeks at home.
Right, right. In Sweden, we haven't done anything really. Like our borders are open,
The schools, everything is still open.
everything is still open. Like some companies have like on their own behalf have like said like, you know, please work from home, or like we're gonna like take a little break. But that's like on the company level. One of the things that a Swedish train company said, like they don't care about like you do a refund policy or anything, but if you book a ticket now, they will actually give you the seat next to you will gonna be empty. You should also keep in mind that like we're talking about Sweden, and like we're famous for like already sitting like
Right.
As far away from anybody else
from anyone as possible. So like the reason for why we only have like 1,000 is like we have been doing like social distancing. Like that's just like in Sweden we just call it like the culture. You know?
So is this a nightmare for you, just being surrounded by people in a small room?
It depends on the people that surround you. Yeah. I'm very comfortable here between you guys.
Thanks, man. Moving on.
Talking about how the country measures. For example, I do have some friends in Norway, and I gave them a call last night just to check in on how they are living. And actually in Norway they closed all the schools. And that means that all the kids are at home, and the government is actually going in and paying for their parents to stay at home with their kids right now. It's just like Norwegian oil money, you know? It must cost so much to have like all these people staying at home. On the other side, we have like Sweden, and there's like nothing is happening. And then I called my mom too. So it's like we live on like the countryside, business as usual, with the difference that hockey is cancelled. So my mom is pissed.
Since March 14th, the government has decided to shut down all the places that are non-essential, meaning restaurants, cinemas, like bars, like any place that is non-essential is shut down. Go to work, you can take transportation to go to work, then go home. And you can go out for short exercise, and that's it. That's all the recommendation. So people apparently have not been doing very good. The government has even used the word irresponsible because, for example, when the government decided to shut down the restaurants and bars, all the French people went out to enjoy the last day of like having restaurants, bars open, you know, until the last hour. And it's just stupid, you know, because the whole point is that people should not be gathering. It's not like a celebration, like, oh, let's
gather everyone together one last time just to make sure it spreads a little bit more.
And over the weekend,
enjoy that last piece of escargot.
And even over the weekend, the weather was great. Everybody was like in the parks all together, friends, and like this is not what people should be doing.
But it's the same thing. So like in Norway, right? Like they were told like get yourself some food so you can stay home. But what did they do? Like all the Norwegian people, they drove over to Sweden to go to like our border shops because the food is cheaper. And they said like this was like the biggest shopping day of the year, you know? People just came there and like they bunkered up with like toilet paper for like 6 months.
My mom called me the other day and she basically said the aisles in the grocery stores are starting to get cleaned out. You know, toilet paper, canned goods, essentials, hand sanitizer, everything is suddenly very hard to come by.
So like in Sweden, the exact same thing happens. But all the companies, like the toilet paper manufacturers, they go out and saying like, why are you doing this? Because like there's nothing wrong with our production.
Right.
So it's like it's
not like there's
like,
shortages.
Like you have been buying like a month of toilet paper every month for the last 15 years. Of course now it's out because everyone buys like 6 months of supply. There's nothing wrong with the production line. So there's no reason for people to like panic.
Right. It's a psychological thing. You see it on the news, so exactly. I think, oh, I better go do that.
And then like some people start, and then you go there and you see like, oh, there's only like 3 rolls of toilet paper left. Of course you're gonna take
Better
them.
grab 'em.
Of course you're gonna take them because it looks empty, right?
We have to stay responsible, but also, you know, we can't panic. There's no sense.
Couldn't say it better myself. Yeah, and then like another thing, like we already talked about this so many times, that it's like in Taiwan you have these like temperature checks and like restaurants. You cannot go to a restaurant without getting like the little temperature scanning, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, for sure it's on the extreme side, which is also why Taiwan has like now only like 67 cases instead of Sweden that has like 1,000. You know? So I just feel like it could get so much worse. Like if my mom would get sick, then I would not be able to like go back home and see her, you know. And if I get sick, then I have you.
I'll be here. It's okay.
But it's like, because it's like my mom cannot come, and I mean, thank God I speak Chinese. Yeah, you're screwed, man. And now we're down in this rabbit hole that we said we were not gonna happen.
I feel like getting more and more depressing.
Yeah, Wes is up here in Taipei. He was supposed to have
I was supposed to have a great weekend with you guys.
Come up, Wes. It's gonna be fun. And then like we end up talking like
for hours about
this coronavirus. I do apologize for the very depressing video this time. Hopefully in future videos there will be a lot more better and more positive news from Taiwan. We should end on a good note though, and I did see here that the Taiwanese badminton player Hai Tzu-ying clinched her third women's single title on Sunday in England. And that at least shows that something positive has happened in the world this week. And I think that was all for this video. If you see any news that you think that we should talk about as well, please leave a comment below or contact with any of us on social media as well. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye. Super sad. I was like,
Yeah.
it was not fun. Okay, next time it's gonna be a fun video.